Oh, yeah. I got a big box. Yes, I do. I got a big box. How about you?
I got a big box. Yes, I do. I got a big box. How about you?
I think you don't know what you're saying.
All right, go, Fred.
Hi, welcome back to Bunsen Burner, episode 97. We're almost at 100,
We're
folks.
almost done with this.
We're almost there. Are we capping it at 100?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is game over after that.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess it depends until people start bothering me so much where I'm like, all right, I'm done. It's almost approaching that. Like I'm kind of. I said on the last few episodes, I'm done with the internet, and I'm really feeling that. I see messages and horse shit from people, and I'm just like, oh my god. I would really rather just go back to caveman times, and by that I mean no internet. I don't want it anymore. I don't like it anymore. I don't like being.
You've even been
so
less active in our group chat.
It's not personal. It's not personable for anybody. If anybody thinks
it doesn't feel personal.
It's not. I'm just like, I forget to message people back because I feel like whatever people are sending me is not that. And again, that's not a personal thing to anybody in particular.
Hey, I'm sending you riff ideas, bro.
No, I know. I got that. I got the riff ideas. I'll get to the riff ideas. That's something that's useful. You know. I forgot. I got a message. I got a bunch of messages this morning, and I woke up all late because I took this like new melatonin, and I was having crazy dreams all night. And I woke up at 11. I'm like, damn. I slept for like 10 hours.
Wow. Opposite of me. I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, and I haven't slept since.
Man, hopefully you get some fucking good sleep tonight.
I'm not, because we're recording tonight.
Well, we can make it relative. Well, you'll get sleep after that, whatever.
Yeah, it's all good.
We'll keep it concise. I did wake up to another message that said, it was like somebody from Tampa, and they're like, hey, I know Blackie. He's like, he showed me Warriors Chalice. Like, you guys got any merch? I didn't message him back yet. Maybe we'll see if I ever get to it. We don't have any merch. What am I supposed to message back? Say no? I'll be like, yeah, it's like the dog when he complains about that. He's like, give me a no. Don't say nothing.
Give me a no.
Yeah, I forgot. Joe messaged. I messaged you about that. I don't know. There's something about this. Like, I have to get back to everybody. There's something about that. It's just like, oh my god, can I please just? You
need an assistant or something.
Can I just live without all this shit? I don't want to think about it,
My freaking like messenger and even my SMS on my phone, like there's a bunch of unanswered messages. It's like I don't even need to read these right now.
Seriously, it's like I don't even know what to say about it. Like I don't want to think about it, and so I don't. That's why I never get back to anybody because I'm just like, nah. I just forget. I just forget that it happened. Whatever it is, most of the time it's not important. If it was like important, I would care. Again, that's not meant to be so brash.
Maybe at 100 we'll take a hiatus.
You know what, dude? That might be. I might be down with that.
Yeah, we'll take a break.
You think so?
1 week break.
We'll see.
Yeah. I guess we'll see. I am kind of down for that, though. I mean, we've been pretty good at doing this. We've done it every week. We haven't missed a week.
It's been almost 2 years, so
yeah,
2 years. All three of us are we're the goats, dog.
We've grown together.
We've grown. Yeah, we've grown as people. We're now like epic bros and shit. And we deserve a break. And then when we come back, it'll be like, man, I miss the hell out of you. However long the break is, at least 2 weeks.
I was gonna say maybe max a month.
Yeah, dude, I'm down. I'm down to give it a little bit. Yeah, what do you think of that, Fred? We'll get a nice vacation.
Well, yep. I was gonna say anyway. I'm gonna have to miss an episode late March, early April. So. I mean, if it falls in there, then we should be good. If it falls
in there, yeah. Why don't we could just do that and like, once you're ready after that, we can fucking just restart.
Once I get back from England.
Yeah, dude, we deserve.
You're going to England?
We definitely deserve a break.
Yeah, tell us about that.
But he hasn't gone yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you going?
Well, there's like this tour thing.
Are you alive?
No,
Sorry.
there's just like a tour that is taking me from London to Edinburgh, and it has like everything included, so like hotels and dinners and the flights and stuff. So it was just like a one-stop shop, and then just gonna go to my girlfriend, so should be fun. It's gonna be like
awesome.
like Raph going to Germany, all random too.
Yeah, that's great. Everybody take a vacation. Everybody take some time off. I think I might do something, and by do something, I might just like sit at home and watch TV because that's for me
Get your
a
Monday nights
vacation
back.
where I don't have to do anything and
There's
don't have to
nothing
like
wrong with that.
no obligations. I like that too.
Yeah, get that Monday back.
That Monday, it's like yeah, I remember
don't-
Mondays.
don't-
I remember Mondays.
You don't have to miss your SmackDown versus Raw anymore.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
But yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea.
I think so too. We've definitely deserved it. We've been at this forever now. And,
Should we start that in March? So we'll go like this week and then guest episode and
Yeah. Let's start it after the after this final block. Or do you want to do it after like episode 100?
oh yeah, I forgot we're gotta get up
Yeah,
to 100
yeah,
first.
see, we're forgetting what the fuck we're doing here. We gotta get to 100. We didn't. That was the whole thing. That was why we were
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah, I feel like
I think we just
stopping
need
at,
a
like,
break.
Take a
Yeah, that would
take
be
a break
retarded.
at
It's like,
episode
stop at
98.
99.
Let's just edge the listeners like
Yeah, it'd be fucking stupid.
Alright, after 100, whenever that is. 3 episodes from now.
3 episodes from
Or
now.
2 actually.
Okay.
I hope not too many listeners are crying at the thought of us taking a break. Guys, it's okay. It's okay, guys. Just don't.
They're like crying and jerking off. I don't know why I thought of that. Sorry.
That's just what our listeners usually do.
Yeah, that's what they're usually doing. That's what I imagine. That's what I dream about when I take melatonin.
Oh wow! Remind me to skip melatonin. You going
Sleep
to
for 10 hours, but like that's what you're dreaming about.
probably going to England and Scotland and doing Ireland at all, or just
No, it wasn't in the package, I wish.
no?
So you can't go visit Peter.
No, or Alan.
Oh, Peter.
England is pretty nice. I enjoyed it. Go see Stonehenge.
Thinking about going, outside and seeing what the countryside looks like.
Oh yeah, countryside is great.
Green, I imagine.
Just like, are you driving yourself or?
When I was in Denver, there was like this old guy that we were talking to, and he was from England, and we were telling him about that we're gonna go on a trip there, and then he's like, "You gonna drive? Or are you too much of a pussy?" So we'll see. Maybe I'll get behind the wheel.
No, well, obviously you're driving on the other side of the
road,
of the road, right? But that doesn't really matter when you're driving in like little local countryside roads because they're not even wide enough to accommodate 2 cars, so it doesn't even matter. But those roads are wild. They are twisty, turny, narrow, and just completely random. The only good thing about them is they're not like off of a sheer cliffside like some places.
Oh yeah, it's not like the fucking Asian countries.
Oh, it's not even just Asian countries, dude. When I went to Santorini in Greece, we got on a tour bus, and they were just like driving up the side of the mountain to get us there, and I'm on the outside seat, and the bus is on the outside lane, and as we're driving, it's like, looking around, nice scenery. Then I look down, and I realize that from where I am, I can't actually see the road. I just see like plummeting cliff. I'm like, oh. Jesus Christ.
You see the tire rubbing off the side.
Yeah, it very well could have been, man. Like it was wild. But you know what? The drive down, we were on the inside lane, felt a lot better.
Sip. Yes, everybody decided to sip.
That's what we do.
Yeah. What has been on your guys' listening rotation this week here?
Oh, I've had a ton.
Listening.
Yeah, yeah. Paul's going crazy over here. He's
Yeah, what's
he's
going on?
digging up some gold, I think.
Yeah. Happens
us.
every so often when you just go through some shit.
Tell us, Paul. Tell us.
When you're going through it.
Yeah, when you're going through YouTube.
Yeah.
No, I've just been on like a Death Doom sort of kick lately. Just trying to find some good shit with good riffs.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Forgotten Sunrise was that band with that fucking cover.
Oh yeah, I seen that cover before. I listened to that
Yeah.
a long time ago, but I never checked out the demo, and that shit just blew me away.
How would you describe that? Like kind of Greek-ish sounding?
It's so weird.
It's
It's like it's
Like
like
it sounds like Nightfall or something, like early Nightfall.
it's like that, and also like groovy in like a death and roll sense, but it doesn't like lean so hard into that. And just also melodic, and like the vocals are great too. And I don't know, I think I'm gonna pick that one sometime, because that one I really enjoyed it. I want to do probably both of them. I mean, they're only like 20 minutes each. And they're from Estonia, so the only other good band is Metzasoul.
Yeah, that's a total we.
Why did I think they were from Sweden? Wow,
Nah.
that's me.
I thought they were from Sweden too. I thought that forever. I think because there's another band that has a similar album cover that is from Sweden. That's like a melodic
could be.
death metal band.
Could be.
Yeah, Forgotten Sunrise, and then they turned into like some weird ass like industrial electronic bullshit after
They always do that.
like immediately, like the first album.
Oh, speaking of Death Doom, did you guys see Moondark releasing an album?
No.
Moondark.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
That was out of left field. Holy
They're
hell.
going to, or they did?
Did it happen?
No, it's
already?
out. It's out. Came out last year. The Abysmal Wound.
It's
Oh,
out.
last year.
December 20th.
The album cover looks kind of like the Shadow Path. Looks almost like not quite the same, but
They got
it's got the same vibe to it.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't
OG
listen to the
Shadow
whole
Path.
thing, but I listened to part of it, and it sounded... What I heard sounded pretty good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah,
Looks like they
Spooky
didn't,
Micah
stray
likes
too
it.
far.
You think that
Micah?
looks like... You think that cover looks like the Shadow Path?
Or not the Shadow Path, but the demo number 1. Kind of.
This is...
Got a similar vibe.
Oh, I see. No,
Just
I'm
color
looking at
scheme
the...
wise, I suppose.
Yeah, but the... if you look at the reissue on Extreme, I totally see it. Because the original cassette is just like Stonehenge, I think.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I'm not sure what the new one is. It might
the
just be
reissue
like the
that
inside
I
of a
got-
cave or something.
Yeah. The reissue I got was like just like a statue, and I think later on there was another one. It's just like a field or a forest or something.
But you thought it was good from what you heard?
Yeah, I didn't hear the whole thing, but like my initial impression was this sounds good.
It's like
So-
imagine if an old death metal band that was good in the 90s could still be good in 2025. Like, imagine?
Yeah,
That'd be
like
crazy.
it's
That's almost unheard of.
that's a thing, right? Like they're
They still got the
There's one,
juice,
like-
or what?
30 years of expectations. Like it's so easy to get let down by that.
Yeah, it's like Austin Powers losing his mojo.
Yeah, this guy gave it a 9 out of 10 on metalbite.com, so...
Whoa, nice.
I'm on Metal Bike.
But other than that sort of Death Doom, let's see, what else was worth mentioning?
Killer Fox?
Dissolving.
Oh my God, Killer Fox.
Yeah. I think,
I
Paul, you know
remember
what that
that.
is, right?
I think so.
It's like a weird metal exploitation album. I forget who
Yeah.
did it. Who the hell did that one? Was it Grudge? Or was it somebody else?
That was that label that kept like putting out fake bands all the time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like what's
Here
the
we
deal
go.
with that?
Metal Enterprises.
Metal Enterprises, yeah.
Yeah. Orgasm of Death.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
Orgasm
and this is
of
what.
Death.
This is exactly it. This is one of those bands that, like, so there was a Killer Fox, and they released a Killer Fox album that had nothing to do with the original Killer Fox, and it's just terrible. It's like Plan 9 terrible. Like, you're listening to it, you're like, this is so bad it's good.
Well, it's like mechanized drums along with like it almost feels like it's supposed to be a joke, but it's like what, 1990?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's supposed to be heavy metal, but it's like it almost feels like an industrial fucking parody of a metal band or something. It's kind of weird.
It's supposed to be heavy metal, but instead it's just garbage.
It's kind of fun, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no,
there
it's
was
definitely fun.
There was another one that label released called Thrash Queen.
Yeah, I think they had a similar scenario.
Yeah, they did. Thrash Queen is fucking weird too. They have like a really bad album cover with like, I don't know, just very strange vocals. I think it's like a lady trying. How did this get an 80%? What's the deal with this?
I just love
I
for
heard
Killer
some of it
Fox.
last night. I'm like,
I love for Killer Fox. The album's called Orgasm of Death. The album cover, a snake fighting a guy with a sword and a dragon helmet. What?
it looks cool. I don't know where they got that from, but it does look cool.
I just wish there was a song called Orgasm of Death on this thing.
I think this is another one of these bands. Kalashnikov, Desert Storm, Metal.
Oh,
Enterprises.
Kalashnikov, yeah.
Kalashnikov, there you go. What other Death Doom do you have there, Paul?
I had
What do you got?
Dissolving of Prodigy from Czechia.
Dissolving the Prodigy.
Yeah,
What the hell was that?
voice message.
Oh,
Lamentations of Innocence is really good.
let's see. That sounds interesting.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this before. I haven't listened to it. I've
Dissolving
seen
the
it.
Prodigy. Oh, this fucking well, the logo looks familiar.
Yeah, it's a cool logo.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
on-
this darn band. Yeah, I've come across this before. I don't remember how. Maybe during the Mist of Twilight days when I was looking for stuff like that.
Yeah,
No,
and
no,
then,
I came across these guys because they're on Sheer Records. They released the English version of the first Root album. So I started going through their...
the Revelation.
Yep. It's... what an awkward version of that album, man. It sounds so much better in Czech.
Yeah, just leave it. Just leave it OG. We don't need these other languages. We don't care.
Like, I get why they did it, because they wanted, like, that accessibility, but Big Boss obviously wasn't comfortable in English yet. And you can tell the performance isn't as strong, and some of the spoken parts, he kind of sounds like Borat, and that ruins it for me. Dark forces. Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been on a kick from the Obliteration of Humanity, the Toe from Czechia. I've been on a kick with them, and then I was like, oh, what other bands are in Czechia? And I just got into them and Love History. I think Monasterial Crypt is from there too.
Did you go into Scabbard?
Yeah.
A great band.
And then
Which one's Scabbard?
they're from the Sheer, what's it called? They had the beginning of Extinction. That's the one I'm familiar with.
Yeah. I think Beginning of Extinction is well, Nonsense War is really good too.
Have you heard of the band, I think it's Galicius from Poland?
I don't know. Scabbard, Nonsense War, Beginning of Extinction. Oh, I've seen this before too. I forgot about this. Weren't we just talking about Scabbard like not even that long ago? I feel like we're on this loop now.
Possibly. That's why we're taking a break.
Yeah, exactly. We need to regroup. We need to.
Just repeating ourselves.
Yeah, we've been repeating ourselves for 2 years now. That's a good point.
The album we're covering today, we did this one 3 weeks ago.
That's very possible. Oh, I forgot to mention when we were talking to Shannon, he mentioned some like weird experimental like early '80s bands, and I ended up checking out one that I really like, Clock DVA. You guys ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
It's like it's like a weirder Death in June or something. They got a song called 4 Hours. Badass.
Huh.
Yeah, let's check that out.
I don't spend enough time with Death in June.
Yeah, stuff like that. Neither do I. I feel like it's super. Like I need the right kind of song. I can't just sit through an album of that and be like, I love this. It's like, because I don't. Be like, where's the tune? Where's the tune skis? I'm not into just like listening to fucking electronic or industrial noise and being like, yeah, this is deep, man. It's like, well, whatever. I'll let you people over there think it's deep. I'll just kind of enjoy the the good tracks.
That's why I've never been a power electronics guy.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't care about all the deep meaning behind it. I'm sorry. Life's too short. It's kind of like the messages. It's kind of like all this crap everyone's sending me on fucking online. It's like, yeah, okay, great. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, bro.
You know, it was deep though. That split that I sent you, Doomed to Hell, or Doomed to Death, Damned to Hell.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great split.
Adatomnia?
Yeah, Adatomnia, Grudge, and
Coffins.
Coffins, yeah.
Yeah.
That blew me away. I checked out their album, Anatomia, but it just kind of sounded more like Autopsy-ish shit, but on that split, they're like doing some other interesting shit in there.
Which album did you check out?
Their first one, I think it's like Dissection of Humanity.
For
Anatomia?
Oh, Anatomia, yeah.
Did you guys notice I was gone for a second?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, my mouse went haywire, and I fucking clicked out of the browser by accident. My mouse isn't working.
And I think here's one band I think Dan would actually like, Crush Evil. The Defeat.
What was that? I muted myself and sneezed.
The band Crush Evil.
Oh.
Like Crush 40.
It's like the heaviest shit, and it came out in '91. Also, like some kind of death doomish shit, death metal.
It's the heaviest
Christian.
shit.
It's really, really heavy.
Christian death metal.
From Norway.
The Defeat of Satan.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. While everybody's over here sucking off Satan, somebody else is defeating him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty metal, dudes.
I picked up a Death
Dan,
Doom
do a 1
release.
second listen to that real quick.
Oh, okay.
But you picked up what?
A Death Doom CD at a CD store that's near my work. It was just randomly there. The compilation of the Blood-Soaked Necrovoid demos. They're pretty cool. I like them.
Blood-Soaked Necrovoid.
Yeah,
Yep.
this like 4-5 second listen is pretty badass. Yeah, Crush Evil. That's a crazy find. I ain't never heard of that shit.
Yeah. That was
Blood-Soaked
good.
Necrovoid is kind of like, I guess, what did I write in my post for it? Carcinoid, Obscure Torture, I guess Spectral Voice is a decent point of comparison. And they're obviously influenced by, like, I think, like, Necroschisma and Hellhammer, things like that. Pretty cool. I like it.
Now Ramos is asking if I can backline for the Demoncy show, and I don't feel like answering right now because then it's a whole thing. I'll have to see. That's another. I'll have to remember to get back to that at some point.
You need
Getting back to people sucks.
You need an
It
assistant.
does. What's that?
So you need an assistant.
Some freak. I don't think there was anything. Let's see. anything that I was listening to in depth.
Have you guys
this
heard
week.
of Russian Winter?
The band?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember these guys. They're
I
awesome.
don't know.
Dude, this shit's fucking crazy. It's like Black Death Doom.
Yeah. You have to. I remember this. There's two of them. You have to be careful.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the one with the demo called The Sign. Oh, 1985. Is that not it?
it's the Russian Zima.
Okay.
And
The 93 album?
yeah.
Oh, man. Sneezing. I'm having
Yeah.
a hard time fucking copying and paste this. The fucking mouse is going crazy.
Yeah, it's a
And
good.
never mind, it's in Russian.
Mm-hmm. And then Jubby mentioned Obtest real quick, and I was like, "Who the hell's that?" And then I
Oh,
checked it out.
Obtest is cool.
Dude, it's like one of the. It's always so hard to find some good like pagan metal. It reminded me of like Aphasia a bit. It was really good.
How do you spell Obtest? I don't even know if I know what that is either.
I think you do.
I do?
OB test.
Oh, test. Oh, yeah. Why do I know what this is? I've heard
I remember
these guys
you
before.
showed me this a while ago.
Yeah.
That blue cover.
Yeah, why do I know what this is? I remember okay, I did see that you sent me that shit. I listened to it for like a minute. Yeah, why the fuck do I know what this is? I don't know. I don't remember.
So
Okay,
I
that seems
picked up this
interesting again.
that second album, the blue one. I picked that up at the same time as another pagan black metal band from Lithuania called Andaja, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's Andaja. The first album, Ish at Mintias, I don't know. Really cool, and kind of reminded me a bit of Nocturnal Mortem. It's a really good album.
Nocturnal.
Oh, you don't like Nocturnal Mortem?
I like to call them Nocturnal Boredom.
Wow, savage. That's rude.
Which is this Andaja from the 2006 record? Is that what you listen to?
Yeah, the first one, because I think they went like all like either folk only or like rock later, but that first album is just straight up pagan black metal.
Okay. Let's, all right, put that on the list.
Cracking.
I've been getting bored with everything, so I've been I've been watching fucking Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul again. I don't know why, that's just timeless. But I got real bored last night, and like while I had that on, I decided to pick up the fucking Nintendo, and I bought this game called Blasphemous. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. It's pretty cool.
But I think so. It's kind of like isn't it like a Dark Souls kind of clone?
It's like Dark Souls, except it's a side scroller.
Yeah,
And, like,
yeah.
And like it's got sort of the old Super Nintendo-ish like graphics.
Metrovania type of thing.
Yeah, it's Metroidvania, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, whatever. You know, it's like that. It's pretty cool so far. I'm enjoying.
You might like Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight.
It's basically the same concept,
Let's
but
see.
has a
See
little
how it looks.
more cutesier art.
This is cutesy. Blasphemous isn't cutesy. It's evil.
Yeah. I just been playing DMC3.
I don't know what that is.
It's hard, yo. Devil May Cry
Yeah?
3.
Oh.
Trying to be
I don't think I've ever seen any gameplay of that before.
trying to be stylish. It's just like a hack and slasher.
Devil May Cry. It kind of looks like what do you call it? Final Fantasy characters.
Yeah, it's the same
Anime style. Epic anime style.
same Same guys that did Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. Yeah, he looks like Leon, the sexy demon fighter guy, whatever.
His name's Dante. Dante
Yeah,
and Virgil.
this looks classic, like classic PlayStation.
Yeah.
Remember where everything looks shiny and everyone's like an anime character?
Yeah, it was just a good. It just feels like a good game to play. Other than, or just like that nostalgia of playing a good game.
Yeah, I might have to indulge in some more gaming.
I think that one's
I
on.
just want to relax.
I think that one's on Switch too.
Yeah, maybe I'll fucking get it, dude. Maybe I'll give this video game stuff a try again.
Then you'll need
can actually relax.
You'll need Discord then.
Oh yeah.
Just kidding.
I just like to do it like not online.
Recreationally.
I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talk to enough
Same.
people in real life, and I consider this right here to be real life because we're actually, whatever. And we're all here for a purpose. It's like everything else. I'm like, oh my god, leave me alone, dude.
Hey, how you doing?
It's true though. I don't like online games. I go play video games to get away from people. Why do I want to play with other people?
Yeah, I just want to relax, man.
I just want to be amongst the NPCs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Talk
Yep.
to the NPCs. I love that. I did get that nice package from Shannon. It finally came.
Yeah, that looks sick.
Yeah, I got his, what is it called? Futuristic Organ Harvest. Under the label Advanced Weapons Technologies.
Oh, that was his?
That was one of his. Yeah, I got the second to last copy.
Hmm.
Right. And then I got something called Bronca Symphony. Haven't got to it yet. And then Unblessing came out with their stuff. And I saved you one, Paul. I got you the white variant.
They're Moich?
They're cassette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they did the cassettes, and I got that Phobos. Remember we were talking about Phobos, how it's like somebody from Alcest?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. It's like an old fucking cassette tape. I think it's actually from '95, and like I open it up, you see one of the band members. He's giving you a Roman salute right on the inside. I haven't listened to that either yet. I'm gonna probably pop that in tomorrow, maybe. Oh, I rechecked out some like Death Doom band you guys might remember, Immortal Possession. You guys know what that is?
Oh, that sounds really familiar. Hang on a second. Let me pull it up.
Some kind of
I
old
think
school Death Doom. It's cool shit.
I think I have a sticker of theirs, weirdly enough.
Immortal
Yeah.
Possession?
Yeah, I remember these
Possession.
guys. Because they're Canadian. I remember this.
They are.
Oh, they came out with an album?
I never heard the album. I heard the demo.
Which one?
Which demo?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it's called. Let me see. Let's see.
Delicacy of Disease?
It's the one that looks like a fucking Mass Murder.
Oh, okay.
Mass Murder.
Yeah, never checked it out.
Well, I think it's Death Doom.
Oh,
It
wait.
doesn't say Death Doom, but I think it's Death Doom.
It's in the like videos.
It's in your liked videos?
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Hey, the album they released in 2022 is tracks from the various demos re-recorded for the most part.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's not a bad move.
Listeners, do you want some fucking a recommendation that is not metal, but like hippie, like trippy hippie 60s music? Check out fucking Kaleidoscope. I think maybe this is where Tangerine Dream got their name from. 1967 Kaleidoscope Tangerine Dream. Yeah, maybe.
I
That's
thought
what
the dude
it-
just
that's
fell
what the
asleep while
album's
eating an orange.
Who knows? I have no idea. I'm just kind of going through my YouTube history here. Oh, there's some shit that I came across. I guess it's that Hawaiian guy that's been kind of blowing up. I forget his name, his like main band. Tirad Dur. You guys familiar with this stuff?
No.
Let's see if it'll come up. Tirad. Check that. Tirad. Yeah, here it is. Why does it say he's from? It says Hawaii and then Seattle. I don't know. Yeah, he's playing some kind of Hawaiian nationalism black metal or something like that. But as far as I've seen, like this guy's stuff seems pretty cool. I did the 1 second test. I meant to go back to it. Okay, I think I might have to just. I need some kind of list. You know what? You know what's weird is like back in the day, I used to fucking torrent everything, and I would eventually get to everything. Nowadays, I feel like I lose things quickly, and on YouTube, it just gets lost in the like all these playlists.
If Access of Advanced can keep a list, why can't you?
I don't know, man. You know what was a great feature that used to be on the iPod Classic that if you buy like some of the later generation ones, they don't have it. You could go to playlists and there'll be a feature that says recently added, so you could just listen to all the stuff that like you recently got. And, like it's all right there.
I have the last iPod model that came out, and it does that.
It has the recently added.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Don't even. Let's see. Here,
I missed that feature. That's like one of my most missed things
Ankorvat,
ever.
Sabat, Bloodstoke Necrovoid, Mephitic Corpse. It's good stuff.
Paul, did I ever show you that? I think I did. That fucking meme of that fat kid. His name's Gunner. Where he like kind of screeches. He's like, "Rah!"
Probably.
Where some kids like, hey, what do you think of Gunner? What do you think of Minnesota? He's like, I don't care about your question. Go away.
Yeah.
It's like the fat kid with the glasses. There's like a bunch of compilations of him just screeching. Yeah, I don't know why. That's so high school. It's some fucking kid like that.
I'm just happy we got a fat person story this week.
Yeah, that's it. Just Gunner. I'll have to send it to Fred too. I'm sure he'll love this kid. I feel like as an adult, you don't really see that anymore. You don't see like these hilarious fat guys. Now everyone who's fat is just like
Sensitive.
super tired. What'd you say?
Is that sensitive?
Not sensitive, but just like tired and like really unhealthy and just like kind of ready to collapse.
Yeah, where's the agile, what was it called? Jack Black fats.
Yeah. What happened to like the fat guy who can do stuff? Now it's just like everybody on like fucking with oxygen tubes in their nose and shit. It's like, what happened to our fat guys, you know? That's not my fat guy. It's like, not my president, not my fat guy. I don't think I watched any movies like recently. Everything's been pretty normal. I saw Damien the other night. I forget what he was fucking. He was just all drunk and he's like, "Hey, we should start a thrash band." And I'm like, "Yeah, man." And Drew's sitting there all drunk and he's like, I think Drew's stewing about getting older. He's like, "I'm almost 40, Dick. Everything hurts." He's like, "Everything hurts."
He's right. It does.
It seems like that's all he can think about. It's like, I get it. I sort of get it.
When I'm 40, I'm almost 50.
When I'm 50, I'm almost dead.
I'm over the hill, Dick. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's comedy.
Yeah, I usually never do this, but like, you know how I've said one of the rules to partying or rules to like drinking and hanging out, 2 o'clock. Nothing good ever happens past 2. So just get out of there by 2 and you're good to go.
What good shit
For whatever
happened?
reason, but for whatever reason, everybody left. It was just me and Anthony, and I took like one hit of weed through a straight shooter. That's all I needed to get me talking and to get us kind of talking about like music and shit. And we were both tripping the fuck out at the second At the Gates album. Anthony's like, those are like metalcore riffs from 2005, and he did it like 2 times. It lasted like 3 seconds. Like, what the fuck? we were totally tripping out on that. I'm like, dude, Canner's Quintet and like you, Chris. He said, whoa. And then he's like showing me the first Opeth album, which is like kind of weird. It feels like so fucking alien to everything that was going on, like Swedish death metal wise. Maybe the closest thing would be like the first Catatonia album or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I checked out some Norwegian band that what the fuck were those guys called? Radical Research talked about Albino Slug. You remember Albino Slug? I'd
Oh, yeah.
completely forgotten about those guys.
No weird, yeah.
Nor weird, yeah. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got some funky hip hop and some D-beated like death metal stuff in it. Interesting stuff. I guess I showed Julian that Blues Traveler. He's like, I imagine this guy looks like Peter Griffin. I was like, how did you know that? He does look like Peter Griffin. Rules. I love that. I love that that '90s like pop music stuff. Would you even call that pop or you just call that rock? I don't even know.
One falls in both.
It's called music, man. It's good. I'm a music head. Don't call yourself a
Music head.
please. Have you guys ever heard of this like newer YouTube metal channel? They're called Rush of Power Radio. You know what that is?
No.
It's see if you can find it on YouTube. It's got a very strange format. It's like us, but they like put production into their shit, where like they jump from subject to subject in like weird kind of ways. But like I kind of like this channel. They talk about like good real metal and shit. I think there's only been one long episode so far. I think like a couple days ago they released a long episode, like an hour and a half. Though my only problem with it is like the character or the guys on the show. It's hard to tell if it's one guy or like three guys because it shows one guy and then they'll switch over to like a fucking action figure with a different voice and then they'll switch over to like a guy in a ghost mask with a different voice. And like I can't tell if it's one guy or two guys or three guys. Like I have no fucking idea. But I think my only problem with it is like the characters talk too slow. They'll be like, "This is real metal," or they'll be like the other guy's like, they'll be like the other guy, and he's like, "Hello, brother. Now this is what I call a real underground, a good time. Yeah." Like and they like whisper, and I'm not sure what they're doing. I'm not sure what
Sounds
like
very,
liquid metal.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds very like pro wrestling infused.
It is. It is. It's like I think the whole thing is supposed to be like an '80s VHS tape. I think that's what the entire thing is supposed to be. And they're like, I don't know, He-Man characters. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Wrestling and yeah. It's okay. It's all right. My problem is it is a bit slow, but
You just gotta listen to it on like
something.
1.5 speed or something.
Yeah, listen to it on like 2 times speed. It's like we can get the fucking point.
Yeah, have you checked out a band called Crimson Relic?
The name sounds
yeah.
familiar, yo.
The Divine Eve became Crimson Relic, then they went back to Divine Eve.
I thought it was just
Divine.
members. I didn't know they went there and back.
I think they switched. I think they've like whether they like officially transformed Divine Eve into Crimson Relic or not, I don't remember. But they were in Crimson, or they were in Divine Eve. Divine Eve ended, Crimson Relic started. Kind of went that way.
Is Crimson Relic? Is that the Purgatory's Reign?
Yeah. Just,
Yes.
Yeah, that just so good.
I have to say, just looking at this album cover, that is a great fucking album cover. That's exactly what I like.
That is 100% pencil crayon for sure.
You'll love just like the first song and shit.
Yeah. It is a fucking great album.
I'm listening to the
Super-
first song right now.
super
it's
melodic.
thrash.
Go to like a minute 30.
Let's see, minute 30. Now it's like Celtic Frost.
Oh, there's so much Celtic Frost in this, just like
Divine Eve.
just like on As the Angels Weep. Yeah, it's basically the same band, man.
Seems interesting. I like Celtic Frost death metal, like Delirium. They're pretty good. Yeah, this album cover is really fucking good. Like, it's got a dragon, it's got an embryo, it's got a bunch of sharp stuff. And it's got like a lady with a long neck. That's like, it's got it all. Oh, it's got a hooded figure. It's got everything. It's got, yeah. Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, that was the last of my.
Into the liked videos.
That's the last of my listenings.
All right. Shall we shall we venture into the land of the break time?
Yeah.
Sure.
You like that? The land of the break time?
Land of the break time.
Yeah, it's like I'm going into a different realm now. I'll be back in this realm in 5.
Our podcast is its own realm.
That's true. You're transported. All right, are we on
All right.
break?
Break. All right, we're back from break.
Yep.
Fred?
I got myself a fucking bowl, and in that bowl, I have some plain Lay's chips and some garden herb Triscuit crackers and fucking spinach dip, yo.
That sounds like a good bowl.
And a Pepsi Cola. I didn't feel like coffee tonight. I felt like a sody pop.
I made some popcorn.
Nice, dude.
You know, I was concerned. I put it in for 2 minutes, and after a whole minute, nothing had popped yet. I'm like, uh-oh. Is this bag going to be a dud? But no, it picked up at the end.
I don't know if I ever had a dud bag, but I've left the popcorn in too long, and then like
Oh, it's the
it's
worst.
black. Yeah, and it smells, and you're like, it makes you angry. You're like, motherfucker, stop. Things like that happen. Do you guys get like real pissed off when like things happen like that? Sometimes I get real fucking angry.
It's the worst. And like, you're picking through the popcorn, trying to find a piece that's not burnt, and then it never happens.
Yep. So I got to dump it into a bowl. Check.
Oh, you do,
of my,
but even then, like, you think it's a good piece, but the kernel's burnt, you're like, oh, fuck.
And one of my like sadistic execution things that I say when I get mad, I go, cock sucking whore. So that'll be like one of my outbursts.
I'll kill you, you bastard. In Minecraft.
Ah, fuck it. We'll just kill him in real life.
Not IRL.
IRL. Biatch.
Earl.
This is my own private domicile. Bitch.
I never actually finished Better Call Saul.
Never
It
started
it sort of ends the way it begins. I won't give any more context to that, but it's pretty awesome.
I really liked it. I just, for whatever reason, stopped and never picked it up again.
You're probably gonna have to start over.
I think so.
Yeah, just make it a thing, dude. When we go on break, just be like, put your feet up, take your socks off, and it's Better Call Saul. Better
Fred.
Call Saul Day.
Fred, here you go. So during the break, don't tell anyone that you're on break, and just go down to where you record and just watch Better Call Saul on Monday nights.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Everyone at home be like, okay, it's like, okay, honey, I'm going to record the podcast now. I'm just like sitting there watching TV with snacks. It's like go back upstairs. 5-minute break, and then go back down.
I'm just talking to myself to make it sound like I'm still there.
Yeah, just say random stuff.
They can be like, Fred, you're awfully quiet during your episodes lately. What's going on?
You sound a lot like Bob Odenkirk.
Talking. Bob Odenkirk, yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, he's pretty good. You never saw Mr. Show, have you? With Bob?
Mr. Show? I don't think so.
Yeah, that was his show in probably the early 2000s. Him and David Cross. I feel like I'm always bringing up Mr. Show.
Yeah, the recurring theme.
Yeah, Mr. Show.
We need a break. And then after the break, we're going to forget what we talked about and then bring it up again.
Yep.
But we
Okay,
won't
we're only human, you know. I feel like that's just what people do. Every so often your fucking arsenal of things to talk about like changes, and you have a whole new thing. So this month will give us a little break, and it'll, we'll be rejuvenized. We can actually live, and by live, consume more content. Maybe we'll actually live. Maybe we'll actually go out and do stuff. Who knows?
We should just restart by doing the same album as we covered the first time around. Seeing how we
through 'em
feel
again.
about
So episode 101 would be Mental Home.
them. Yep.
Got it. Yeah, let's just do it again. It was so fun. We're going to do it again one more time. It'll only take 2 years.
Another couple trips around the sun.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know that I have any more recommendations or any more angry letters to write or any more leave me alones to you people on the internet. Yeah, if Fred, if you do so, please, you have an album here, and apparently you like it. So
I do.
tell about this. Tell us about this thing, man. What is it? Why is it? What is it?
What is it?
Yeah,
Well, it was.
Quickly now.
I almost went for a fairly regular black metal album, and I decided
Like what?
to kind of go. I don't know, like just something that sounds like black metal. I hadn't picked a specific album yet, but like
Bert Zum?
Bert Zoom.
Bert,
Zum Zum.
yeah, Zum Zum.
But I don't know. Like I was looking at something like that, and I'm like, you know what? Why not pick something that's a bit more into the adventurous side of black metal? So
Yeah, it's pretty venturous.
yeah, so I picked out Raventhrone and their first album from 1998, Malice in Wonderland. Yes, Malice in Wonderland. It is a pun. Take it as you will. But
It reminds me of the Jam song, A Town Called Malice. And then in the Venture Brothers, they're the little gated community where like the supervillains live. It was a town. It was Malice. Get it? T.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess it also reminds me of that there was some thrash band from Italy. They were called Nuclear Symphony. I don't think anybody ever gave half a fuck about them.
Cool name, though.
Like Symphony? No, it isn't. How do you spell Nuclear Symphony? Shitballs, I don't know. They had an album that was called something like super similar, if I'm not mistaken. They had an album in '89 called Lost in Wonderland. Okay, yeah, all this is like reminding me of everything else. Anyways, dude, I'll stop interrupting you like a fucking pig, and I'll let you speak.
No, well, this band has some connections to the Austrian black metal syndicate bands. I don't think it was ever considered part of that, but the guy was in, well, the main guy behind the band, Pazuzu. I think he just goes by Ray Wells on this, but
Yeah, Ray Wells.
he
Pagugu.
he founded Pazuzu, yeah, the ambient or atmospheric band from the ABMS, which he made alongside Protector and Selenius from Summoning, which
Oh, I totally forgot about Pazuzu. I'm
Yeah.
looking at this first album cover. Yeah. Oh my god.
and
you
all
kidding
was
me?
silent.
Nelson's calling me. This motherfucker for the last like 3 weeks. Leave me
Again?
alone, man. You want
Nelson,
something? Text me,
come on.
motherfucker.
Call him,
This
have him
guy's
on the
actually-
show.
What?
Call him, have him on the show real quick. Let's have the phone
It
call.
won't. It will not work. Cause then I gotta switch settings, and he's gonna be like, "What? Huh? Huh? You know, Nelson, he can't. Huh? Huh? What? Oh, I got Black Josh texting me now. Oh my god.
Just don't answer them.
I'm not okay.
Just tell them, go away.
I will later. I will later. So yeah, Pazuzu, and I saw that this dude was also. I think he did something for Summoning, didn't he?
I think he did
did,
guest
like, backing
vocals
vocals.
here and there, yeah. But
He was. I get a text from Paul saying, "Stop ignoring me, dude." I heard the ding, and I'm like looking at my phone, like, "God, what?"
Stop ignoring me, dude.
I feel like that's the meanest thing. I'm not that mean of a guy, but like that's the meanest thing I'll do is ignore you. Ignore your messages.
that's funny.
Oh, this guy did some additional vocals in that Art of Dreaming, Golden Dawn. I don't know if anybody knows
Yeah.
what that is.
Yeah. No, he was involved in the ABMS bands, but mostly like in a guest role more than anything, other than Pazuzu, obviously. But
I had forgotten about Ice Ages too. You guys remember that? Summoning, like, kind of synthwave thingy.
yeah. Never really got into them much.
I heard one album. Their first album cover is kind of enticing. I want to recheck that out. I'm
Oh wow,
sorry,
they're
I
still,
keep
they're
interrupting
still
you.
going? I didn't know they were still going.
Yeah, so
They have an album from last year. And the
you
year
got
before.
into Ray Wells, so we were on Ray Wells, but I don't think we
Yeah.
actually got into what the fuck Malice in Wonderland is or Raventhrone or anything.
So they're just
Yeah.
connected to those bands.
Right.
I don't really know how I found them. I got into them pretty early on in my descent into black and death metal. I want to say like 2000, 2001. But I don't know. It's definitely not just straightforward black metal.
Well, it was released on Avant-Garde Music, so...
Yeah, there you go. But I don't know if you'd call it like pagan or gothic kind of black metal. It has a bit of both. You can definitely hear like summoning influence in there. Like the way they use the keyboards is very picturesque. It's very storytelling kind of feel to it.
medieval.
Yeah. And it doesn't sound musically like it at all, but you remember when we did the split CD from Thraunton Idafels?
Yeah.
I get the same kind of like fairy tale epic vibes from it as I do on the Idafels side of that split.
Yeah, I could feel that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a very old sounding album. I find it takes you to a different world. There's a couple tracks on this. Actually, there's quite a few tracks on this that I really like. The title track, Malice Garden, Crepuscule, Obsidian Horizon. Like, there's a lot of really great tracks on this, and I wasn't sure how this would go over with YouTube because it's kind of a black sheep. I know I tend to just pick things out of left field in general, but wasn't sure how this would go over. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think of it.
Bro, my dad is texting me Facebook Reels fucking links. He's been doing this shit lately. It's like, bro, this is not funny.
Send him back
know-
the link to Raventhrone.
I don't even know what he'll think. He's been doing this lately. Like, I don't know what it is. Okay, remember, Paul, I was telling you about, like, reels on everything now? Like, it's
Yeah.
all just, like, this... My dad just sits there and, like, he's laughing his head off at, like, every single one. Oh, my God. He's sitting there, like... Okay, you know we talk about doom scrolling? He's doing it, but, like, with a good... Like, with a smile on
Joy
his face.
scroll?
Joy scrolling! Yeah, he's joy scrolling. Bliss scrolling. And he's having so much fun. He's got to send it to me. So I'll be having fun, too.
You just gotta get behind his phone next to him and just watch them together.
Yeah, we'll do that. Bonding time. Let's joy scroll.
There you go.
Happy, joy.
You guys make a account together. It'll be both your algorithms.
We can be like the new fucking the
Costco guys.
Yeah.
The junk guys.
Boom. Yeah. Except the catchphrase will be like money or something stupid. I don't know.
Buy low, sell high.
Yeah, something retarded like that. But you gave my dad a squeaky, like, stuffed animal voice, Fred. Like you squeeze it. Or you remember Mr. Krabs when it's that little, like, sign, it comes down, he goes, "The money is always right." It's like a little cardboard cutout thing.
Fred keeps
The
doing
money.
it. Fred, one more time.
Money.
I think you mentioned this once. You're like, it's always you get so off guard with Fred doing any voices.
Yeah,
That was one of them.
Sometimes he'll just pull out these voices, and it, like my mind kind of expands, and then like it like forms back to where it was. Like I hear that, my head gets big, and then it like goes back.
Inflates.
Makes me think, I think.
I just spontaneously make Dan transcend time and space for a few minutes.
It's like...
Anyway,
so this
album, we were talking about Raventhrone.
Oh my god. That sounds like... I don't know what it sounds like. It sounds like Space Ghost when he's doing that voice. He's like, this is Timmy. He's like, I'm in Space Ghost.
I was crunching away on popcorn over here.
I was gonna bring up some shit at some point. That's just what I do. I forget what I was gonna say, and then everybody bothers me, and see, that's why I forget what I'm gonna say, because everyone's just like bombarding me with the horse shit. You gotta get rid of this phone.
You gotta get the brick where it's
Just
only...
throw it right now.
Well, actually, everyone's texting and calling you, so it's no point. Get rid of the whole thing.
So now Anthony's ex is like, coming to town tomorrow. We're gonna hang. I don't even know this person. What is this, man?
Who's that?
Come on. Remember that chick? I said she was a 5.7.
No.
You don't remember her?
5.7.
That goth chick. You don't remember her? Whatever the hell her name was. Whatever. No, I'm not. No, leave me alone. Not doing nothing. Oh, I did get good news. Black Josh said no practice. All right, no practice this week. All right. See, now that gives me a boner when I get to when I know I'm gonna be like left alone. Oh my goodness.
We got practice on Wednesday, though.
I know. But that's better. But one practice is better than two. I always say, ha ha ha.
And then maybe practice on Sunday.
Yeah. Or what did this bitch say? She said, hangs on the... Wait, what? Coming to town soon, hangs on the 4th. Okay, whatever. I'll deal with that when the time comes. Whatever.
She wants to hang on the 4th of March.
I guess. Great. Very good. Oh yeah, I didn't give... Paul, why don't you give... Oh, you know what, dude? You know something? Fred, you could have won... I'm looking at the Raventhrone Metal Archives the compilation appearances right here. This band was actually one of the trivia questions. Didn't realize that till right now.
Were they?
Yeah. I said name one of the bands on the Chronicles of Elven Witchcraft compilation. And Raventhrone was on that list.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Neither you or the black metal guy got that. But Fred, you knew that anyways. Well, you knew the song. So I think you get an extra point now on episode 97.
I'm going to
You
rub
just
this
got
in
an
Black
extra
Metal
point.
Guy's face.
Yeah, he already fucked him, man. Come on.
Oh, he's fucking me again. Oh.
Sloppy seconds?
Sloppy Seconds. I did bring that. I brought up that band before too. They had that song "I Don't Want to Be a Homosexual." That was a good song. That song is hilarious. I'll have to send it to you. That's funny. That's good punk. Yeah, Paul, why don't you get into it before me, because I seem to be having problems like processing my thoughts and eating and like doing all this stuff. I got this soda. It's already like going in my head. It's making me loopy. Dad, what do you think of this fucking Malice in Wonderland here, bucko?
Oh, man, it was awesome. Right from the
It's
start.
pretty awesome. Yeah.
First two songs, there isn't much like that on the rest of the album. But those ones really hit, like, one after the other. I thought it was going to be, like, a full album of bangers. And then, you get to the instrumental, which isn't bad at all. It was, like, a really good... I was listening to that, like, medieval interlude and enjoying it. Wasn't bored. And the, like, last songs were really good. That's where they started, like, picking up their speed a bit. Especially on, like, Stargazer and, how do you say it, Fred? Cool or something like that?
I got popcorn.
Crepuscule?
Crepuscule, yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Crep
on the...
is cool.
And I think on the...
Crepes are cool.
I think on the timestamps here. They missed it. They missed a song, the Visions, Dementia.
Indeed.
So that song's really good too. But yeah, I thought this was really good. It was typically like when I found Obtest, it was like, all right, some good pagan, metal, and then this is like just another good like folk metal release, epic in like a Bathory sense, and summoning also, really good. I wouldn't say this is necessarily like a riff span, but I think like the whole production of this like really is the highlight of the album, because like all the way through, all the instruments on it, the vocals are all just like they have perfect production for me, and they have a lot of memorable moments too, not necessarily riffs, but just like parts of each song where like the vocals kick in and all that. And it's pretty mid-paced most of the time.
Yeah.
And not boring at all. It's a really good album. When he first brought it up last week, I was like, oh, what is this?
Why'd you think that?
Folk Epic Black. I was like, Fred.
You don't like that combo?
Yeah, I don't know who would.
Folk Epic Black? But it's epic, dude.
No, this
Well,
one. This
on
one's
Metal
good.
Archives, they call it Gothic, and I don't really hear much Gothic in this.
It just has keys. Why does everything have to be Gothic when there's keys?
Right.
And
Can
they
I
have,
just
they have different
can I just
vocals
call this
too.
heavy metal?
Yeah, it does have a lot of. That's why I was kind of bringing it akin to like Bathory.
Yeah, the first half of it, I was kind of confused. I'm like, where's the black metal? I don't hear anything.
Yeah.
That's like black metal. And that didn't pick up till like probably exactly the second half, like probably song 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, like I think before song 6 even kicked in, I was just listening to this in the car, and I kind of didn't realize it was different songs. I thought it was like one song that was maybe like 15 minutes long, but nope. Apparently there's more songs. The first half is super. What is even the word I'm looking for? It's super. It's all the same, but like not in a bad way. I can't think of the word I'm looking for.
Consistent.
Consistently syncretic. Yeah, it's extremely consistent. It's so consistent that I thought it was one song, and it didn't even dawn on me that songs had like track listings had changed. I didn't even notice till like set track 6, and I'm like, holy smokes! I'm almost done listening to this fucking thing. That's kind of weird. And then I enjoyed the second half later on my lunch break or going to get lunch. Some things that I found interesting about it is like, yeah, it sounds mostly like heavy metal. I kind of didn't want to be like, oh, just Bathory, but it also has this weird kind of industrial feel to it that like RAC black metal bands would sort of sound like a bit later. Like
I think it's the drums that do that.
No, I think it's the guitar playing too. Like, well
Really? Oh.
it's certain aspects of the drumming and guitar playing. You're right. I don't know if it is a drum machine. It must be, right? Yeah, program.
No, Mike is. There's a guy called Mike Groger is on drums.
Really?
Yep.
Oh shit. Mike
Now,
Grover.
I mean, that said, on the lineup, it also lists Ray as doing programming. I don't know if that means something other than drums, but there is a drummer somewhere on this.
Well, I was gonna say in the instrumental, there's like the percussion is drum, so that must be the program part.
Maybe.
Yeah, there were certain melodies and like rhythms that reminded me of the Venezuelan Sudwind. I think I brought them up before to you guys. I must have showed them to you before, Paul. There was that fucking that band that was like
Oh yeah.
that like RAC kind of black metal thing, or like Jugra from Malaysia or something like that. It reminds me of like it's kind of weird. It almost sounds like these newer bands are as like primitive as some of the OG like RAC or like NSBM bands, which is kind of interesting to me. It kind of gives that vibe too.
It's funny too, though. The the bands that they list as being similar, a lot of these I don't really even hear it a lot. Like, well, maybe I guess, but this seems more guitar oriented than bands like Summoning and Caladan Brood and stuff like that. Pazuzu is just listed in there because it's the same guy. It doesn't sound anything like Pazuzu.
Yeah, I don't know that I would really like. I didn't when I first heard this. I didn't equate that it had anything to do with summoning. But yeah, for whatever reason, I didn't even pop up in my mind that this had anything to do with summoning or Caladan Brood.
I think the track where I hear Summoning the most is the fourth one, Malice Garden.
Yeah.
It kind of starts with like a... That'd be a very like summoning opening to a song.
Yeah.
But again, when the guitars kick in,
text.
it's much more guitar driven than Summoning ever really was, except maybe the first album.
I'm seeing here Rivendell is in the.
That's a
similar
great
artist.
fucking band.
I've been hearing of that name forever, and seeing these album covers forever, but I've never listened to them. I don't think.
So I had the first album, was it The Ancient Glory? Ages ago. And I love that album. It's so fucking good. And eventually I picked up the other two. And they are... you know what? They're just about as good. The Ancient Glory probably sticks with me more because I had that first impression with them.
Yeah.
And when they released Farewell, I was kind of bummed because I really liked them. But apparently they're making music again, and they released an album last year. I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet, but I'm kind of stoked for it. Like, they're a great fucking band.
Yeah, I'll have to check them out. There was something I was looking for right before this. Oh, for whatever reason, this reminded me of like, I guess it makes sense for, because when does this come out? Like 98 or something?
Yep.
Yeah, so this kind of has the same feel to me as what some of these like black metal bands were doing that were kind of moving towards maybe trying to forge their own genre as like a Viking metal thing. Like I forget the name of the main band. I sent you guys a picture. The one with the fucking dwarves around the table. They're called like Mittenhin, something like that.
Yeah.
What the hell is that band called? I can never remember what their name is. They also have that one album cover where they're like dressed as Vikings with the sunset behind them. You guys remember what they're called?
Nope.
They're called Mythotin. I think they're one of the earliest like straight up Viking metal bands where they're dressed like fucking Vikings. Oh, that popular album from '97. It was called In the Sign of the Raven. You guys have probably seen that before, where it's like they got the flags and the sunset.
Yeah, that I remember.
Yeah, so it reminds me of that. And do you guys know the band Men Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of that shit. And like the side project, Odor Rearer. Kind of interesting stuff. I think those are more straightforward, like Viking themed. Raventhrone seems to be a little bit more, I don't know, like mysterious or something. It's kind of like the fucking the themes sort of don't jump out at you with the sound, if that makes sense.
I think what kind of makes Raventhrone what it is that even though musically it might be similar to some of those pagan metal bands,
Yeah.
it doesn't really go about any particular mythology. It kind of just does its own thing. So it's harder to compare to bands that are thematically like pagan or like Norse or whatever, Celtic. Raventhrone just kind of have their own little thing going on that doesn't really seem to revolve around any particular mythology. So it's kind of just has this like own little dark world on its own.
Yeah, I suppose that is true. I mean, genre, It's just symphonic gothic. I guess that doesn't really entail that it has to be about anything. And then themes, ancient times, battles. Okay, that could honestly mean fucking anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're pretty. It seems like they're pretty vast in what they can talk about or what they can put in their music. Something that I really did like that I noticed was nothing was super folky in a way that's like predictable, which is sometimes a turnoff for me when it comes to like pagan black metal, where all it is just these like really simplistic folk melodies. This one felt just different and unpredictable, I guess, which is something I like.
Yeah.
It's hard to compare to anything else, which is that's always a plus.
I really like the clean vocals on this. I know he layers them to make them sound like choruses singing it, but it works, and I actually really like them. They're well sung.
Yeah. Well, would you guys like to listen to this shite? I don't think the songs are too long, eh?
No, they're not particularly long.
All right. I have track 6. I assume one of you guys has one of the tracks before that, right?
Yeah. Paul, what was your gonna pick? Your pick gonna
one
be?
or two.
All right, pick one.
One.
Cool. Let's do that.
That's almost like a teacher. Pick one. It's like, do you want the red lolly or the blue lolly?
Mr. Fred, I want two though.
My son doesn't like those. He says they're too cheesy.
Hey, sir, I want some more.
All right, we'll be right back.
world we stand, restless and soulless, rapture of peace, devouring the hearts of man.
I know they're still going.
All right, we're back from the Obsidian Horizon, the Infinite Azure.
Love the chanted vocals on that. Kind of makes me think of Isengard, but a bit more gloomy, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the backing riffs are anything. They're not anything too impressive, but they I don't know. They're sort of utilized in a weird way. Like the instruments that they are, or like the sounds that they're using, indicates like fucking European Vikings or something, or like pagans, I guess. But the riffing is more akin to like, fucking Greek stuff.
I was thinking
it doesn't really matter,
Yeah, heavy metal or even just like really slowed down power metal, because like when those leads come in, that's kind of the only thing I think of.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter because it's not like, well, where are they getting their influences from? It's like, well, not important. It could be Greek black metal. It could just be heavy metal. It could be power metal. It really doesn't matter. They did it here, and they're sort of reinterpreting that in their own sort of, I don't know, like mythology, I guess. And that's sort of combining the pagan thing with just this heavy metal or like evil black metal thing. Doesn't really come off as evil. It comes off as battle ready armor, raw.
Yeah.
That was from Kids Next Door. Yeah, even when they keep going with the keyboard stuff, I feel like the riffs are probably, like Paul said, this isn't a riff band, and I don't think so either. The leads are important, but the riffs kind of take a backseat. The leads are actually way more important. That's like on par with the keyboard stuff. And then, as the keyboards kind of drift off as the song is pretty much over, I still don't want to turn it off. I'm like, I'm kind of just ready to listen to a full track.
Yeah, like what I did, I was kind of similar to you, where I just listened to the album. I didn't see any time changes or anything, timestamps. When the songs change, it was just like, just popping in the CD basically, listening to this. And it was just all good. And then I realized, I think around the instrumental song, where I was like, oh yeah, this must be different.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I've been getting nothing but good news here from all these texts. I think I'll I think
Start replying.
No, I'm not. I'll do that later. I'll do that later. I'm not gonna do it right now. But I think I'll stop making myself angry with getting texts and messages. They've all been good. It's not like I'm being bombarded with negative energy. See, I'm bombarded with positivity, and it's like the opposite. I'm just like the opposite. You get the opposite reaction from me.
Hey, that was a great show last night, guys. Fuck this fucking guy.
Like even the
Fucking motherfucker.
even the fucking practice being canceled. Like you would,
that's good.
He would expect you to be like, "Oh man, really?" You're like, "Fuck yeah."
No man,
No, that's
being told you have one less thing to do is always good news.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I love when things get canceled. It doesn't, like, unless it's like, you spend a lot of time like preparing for a trip or something. But if it's just something you have to show up to and be there for a few hours, and then, not today, guys. Okay. Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, Julian. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. I remember the first time Jubb was on here, he referred to Lil Jon as diminutive John. I thought that was pretty good. Just remembered that. That's good.
But Fred, what do you think of this track?
Well, one thing that I think Dan mentioned that caught me off guard was Falkenbach flutes in the back, and that nailed it. I've never really picked that up before, but that is exactly what Falkenbach does in their songs.
Jub said that shit on the Euthanasia episode from last night. Well, there was off the Euthanasia album. But I guess that's just a setting you can get on the synth. You can get that exact flute patch thing, whatever.
Yeah, I guess. And but I think because of how I guess I don't want to use the term industrial, but like I see where you're getting from with the drums and the guitars kind of have that really dense tone to them. It almost feels industrial, but the way
they're like not in a rush. They're like ready to just kind of settle in.
Yeah, but what you also said about the riffs being unimportant, it's true. Like they're good, they're serviceable, but they're really just vessels for the chanting and the keyboards.
Yeah,
that's
like
what really
everything else
makes
is
this.
the important part. The rhythm is just that, the rhythm.
Yeah, but the leads are fantastic. I love them
Yeah,
when
these
they're
are cool.
just like flying all over the place.
Yeah, and like I said, they're not like folk leads. They sound like something completely different.
And but like listening to this album, I always think of this album with, it has clean vocals, sung, chanted, whatever you want to call it, and it has harsh vocals. But I don't think I really realized how few harsh vocals there are, especially earlier on in the album. There are, until I listened to it more carefully in terms of having analysis in mind while preparing for today. And I never realized this first track has no harsh vocals at all. It's kind of
first few
neat.
songs, I was kind of confused. I'm like, how is this black metal?
But yeah, no, it's a good introduction to the album. It's kind of like an epic intro more than anything. I think the second track is where it really takes off, and I think the second track is really almost like the centerpiece of the album, which is weird because it's early in the album, but it's the most epic story-like, I think, of all of it.
Well, all right.
So
Yeah.
we could probably do that one next.
Are we doing the next one? Track 2?
Yeah, I'll do number 2.
Oh, Paul, you had number 1?
Yep.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
did
I'll
number
choose
1. Fred's gonna do a number 2.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and do something from later in the album.
All right. Let's get into track 2. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Raven
right, we're back from probably the best song on the album.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that
love
one
this
kind
track.
of transports me back to freshman year high school where I was listening to a bunch of stuff like this.
Yeah, that's kind of how I got into this album myself. I'm pretty sure I was in high school, if not, then early university. And
This is
it really stokes your imagination. It takes you away to a different place, man.
this is what the fucking Ailstorm dad should be listening to. This is what they want to obtain of epic scope, but they're just
when
pirates.
I was a freshman wearing a fucking hammer of Thor necklace, I felt like this, dude. I felt like a real Viking-ish, a heathenish forayer, a heathenish badass.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun.
If any song on this album was like summoning, but with more pronounced riffs and especially leads, it's this one. There are so many like different key parts that just make me think of summoning, but because they bring the guitars more to the front than summoning ever really do, again past that first album, it gives it a very different flavor. But again, even as good as the riffs are on this track, they still just kind of carry it along for the vocals and the keys.
As it
Like
should.
that's maybe the challenge. It's like we'll have the same pace drum beat for 5 minutes, and your challenge is to kind of keep the guitar going and keep the riffs relatively interesting. Because I feel like the riffs on this song are actually better than on the first song. Like everything is a little bit more headbangable here.
Yeah, I think even
Yeah.
the vocal performance was like way better on this one too. It was just a lot more like chanty, kind of sing along ish. And the fucking growling, appalling spawn vocals are fucking sick too. And then also the black metal vocals that they did for that like third verse.
Yeah, that's what I used to love. I mean, I remember not too long ago when we had the death metal guy on here. We were talking about like cool folk metal stuff like Equilibrium, and I feel like they did something kind of similar where they were basically a heavy metal band, or like a power metal band with harsh vocals, with like black and death metal vocals, and they would like occasionally go into blast beats and things. But I feel like that has been a little bit lost, where it's like it's sort of transcended what it originally was, whether that's heavy metal or black metal, and kind of gone into something that was on its own in like the late 2000s, like Equilibrium or like Encephalum or like I think Winter Sun would probably be the second best example of like that type of stuff that was actually good. I feel like this sort of is predating that, but like kind of having some of the same ideas with the vocals and stuff, but still basically the same formula. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it
Just a
does.
slightly slower formula.
Well,
Yeah,
what
I
I
love
like
this
what I
idea.
like too is like it's such a simple build, but it works so well that they have the chanting vocals and they have the leads, and they usually trade them off, and then they bring the lead back at the same time as the vocals at the end, and it just sounds perfect. Like
Yeah.
it caps it off so well, and yeah, no, it builds up perfectly.
Man, to hear this song at Vakken or something, that'd be sick.
Yeah, it would work. It would work.
I'd want to hear the song played on the edge of a cliff during a windstorm.
I want them on a stage in the middle of a lake with like the sun coming over the mountain,
The unsilent winds blow.
like a raft.
But I think there's, you mentioned it, Dan. I think the song has better riffs overall, because there are a lot of the tracks on this album. I mostly remember the keys and the vocals, but near like I think the 3/4 mark, as this riff is like da na 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 da na 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 na, and it kind of mixes in with the keys, but the guitar does this little bit that stands out really, really well, and I remember that all the time. So everything has its moment to shine on this song, which is what I really like about it.
Yeah, I think there's just something about slow heavy metal riffs for me. Like they just rub me the right way.
It used to be a meme, remember? It would be like slow heavy metal music plays.
What was it?
It would have a picture of something, I don't know, like Bart Simpson, and in parentheses it would say slow heavy metal music plays.
Yep.
Well, I want slow Raventhrone playing.
Yeah. For your cool moment. Pulse
Yeah.
cool guy moment.
Step out the car, Raventhrone plays.
Lean back in your chair, it sounds like a spank. Heavy metal music plays.
Also, totally random, but I really like the band's logo. It looks cool.
Yeah, it does look cool.
It looks a little too modern for what they're doing.
I think their ideas are too modern for like the time that this comes out.
Well, that and they're like practically like medieval music, doing medieval like folk melodies and with the keys and all the patches that they're using.
I want a giant collection of like cool folk metal from like around this time. I feel like there would be a ton of gold in there. I want to like dig through just old folk metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the next step.
The next rabbit hole.
Well, it's just
Yeah,
like
maybe.
what would you even what's like the closest genre like jumping off point where that like spawned from? Black metal and heavy metal?
Probably like black metal, like Managarm or something. I'm not sure what year they started doing stuff. It probably started from like Enslaved, dude.
That and
Enslaved and Satyricon, right? Like on Dark Medieval Times, they really like brought in a lot of medieval influence.
Yeah,
then there's
band,
like Skyclad too.
Skyclad, sure. Yeah, that's a little bit earlier, I think. That's like
That's
yeah,
really
see,
early.
that's like the heavy metal side of it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that stuff came from like black metal. But maybe
It's not-
I feel like Raventhrone could go either way. Like it could have branched off from black metal or heavy metal. You know what I mean? It's like sort of hard to like pinpoint where they're coming from. At some point, it really doesn't matter. But yeah, it is an interesting point.
I mean, it's not European medieval, but Xibalba from Mexico on Adzam Pupek had a lot of.
Oop.
How's that? What?
I know.
How's that?
I
Yeah,
know.
how's that? Wait a minute, scratch that.
Look, the album title is what it is. I can't do anything about it.
Sam poop. Egg.
But
And they ate the poo poo deck.
I need that poo poo. God, there's a throwback episode too.
yeah, they brought in some.
Managarm. Managarm from Sweden, 1998. That's kind of Viking folkish, isn't it? Yeah, Viking black folk. 1998, similar ideas. Oh, the Viking black folk? You thought of a black Viking, didn't you?
The black folk, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the black folk, the white folk. What everybody doing about the white folk? I hate it when liberals say y'all. Y'all. Or folks. They say folks or y'all. Shut it. Shut it. A beaner is speaking.
All right,
You've
folks.
seen those things where it's like a black woman is speaking. Listen and learn. There was one more of these early ones I was just thinking of. So there was Managarm,
Skyforger?
not Skyforger, Skyclad. I think Skyforger actually had an album in '98 too, yo.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere.
That's what I'm saying, yo.
So I'm saying, yo. All right, when did Enslaved start doing crap? Like a million years ago, 1991 or something?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say they were Viking metal at that point.
I don't know what they were. I've heard
Well-
Nima, but I don't know what you would call that. Like,
The thing is, like,
what
they're
the fuck is it?
it's like black, almost death metal, but like
It's hard. It's weird.
Yggdrasil and Hordane's Land are really close to just regular black metal. It's just that they had Viking themes, but they musically were pretty close to black metal. Even on Vikinglager Veldi and Frost, actually. Like, it's...
Eld, because Eld isn't that Vikingish. It has moments, but it's still kind of like in an extreme thrash thing. It's like weird.
I think, like, Eld feels very close to, like, Absu to me.
Yeah, Eld is like Absu. It's super. It's just thrash. It's like extreme thrash. I have not heard the 1998 album. I don't think.
Bloodhound?
Where they're actually Vikings on the shore. I've never listened to that.
Yeah, that's kind of where, like, the idea of Enslaved kind of went off for me, where they were singing. They used to sing about Vikings, and then they started singing about being Vikings.
Okay. I do remember the song Havenless from Below the Lights. You remember that song?
I've heard it, but I don't remember that song
That was like
specifically.
the big hit. It was like, oh, did I do? Oh,
But the 98 album, though, Bloodhound, is actually pretty good. There's a track on there called Article Gods that I really like.
yeah, I remember that. That's the one. It's called like Marduk, Mardrom. Or no, that I'm thinking of something else. Which one's Bloodhound? Oh, Bloodheim. I can hear your Viking music in the background.
Paul, keep it down.
Shut it, yo. My name is Skylar White, yo. Husband is Walter
Skylar
White, yo.
White. Most annoying character in a show ever.
Like Skylar. Did you like Marie?
Marie was okay.
Did you like Francesca?
Who's Francesca?
Saul Goodman's like, what do you call it? Fucking the secretary lady.
I don't remember her. Oh, this one. Yeah, I remember her. I do
He
remember
says
her.
something to her. He's like, that booty is driving me crazy. He says something like that.
Yeah, I would not have remembered her if you hadn't brought her up. I was like Badger. Badger cracked me up on that show.
Dude, I had a guitar teacher that looked exactly like him.
Did he sound like him? Because it's all about that voice.
Kind of. Dude, there's like, I've seen guys that, I don't know what it is, if it's like a certain genetic trait or like a disorder, but I have seen 3 guys in my life that look exactly like that guy. I had a guitar teacher that looked like him, Badger from Breaking Bad, and I saw a band once called Clim Hazard. I saw them in Anaheim, like in 2008.
Oh no, here comes that guy.
And their bass player looked like that. He had a fucking square head like that, and his like eyes and like, it's weird. I don't know what it was.
The guy who played Badger, I remember reading, he was in a band of some sort, and he would keep losing his voice, and then his voice just stayed raspy.
That happens to me sometimes.
But his voice is awesome. Love it.
I like Skinny Pete, yo.
Badger. Skinny Pete. This is such a weirdo.
It's just funny. He looks like a meth head, and he's like an actor. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He looks like the kind of person you would like want to stay away from.
Yeah, he does.
That's me and Paul, Badger and Skinny Pete. I'm Skinny Pete, yo. Paul's the badge.
Badger, yo.
I feel
And
like Paul
he,
can
and he
make
has that funny voice too.
Paul can make a good Badger.
Paul is Badger.
Who would I be from Breaking Bad?
Or Junior.
Boy, am I glad I asked.
Walter Junior. This is bullshit.
No,
Are
you're
you lying then? Are you lying now?
you're Hector Salamanca.
I'm Tuco.
Hector? Oh, Hector. He's the guy with the bell, right?
Ding, 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 ding.
He's the guy that like, when he finally looks at Gustavo, he like, he gives him that angry look and he blows up.
What a great scene.
Dan gives Hank vibes.
Miguel's Hank.
Yeah.
I told Miguel that he reminds me of Hank. He's like, I fucking love Hank, dude. He looks like Hank. He acts like Hank. Just like, it's like madman.
Right. Well, should we move on to the next track?
Yeah. Yes.
What is your pick, Dan?
Track 6, the tree-faced king of Dominion 1.
Yeah, that should be three-faced king.
No, it says tree.
I know, but I see it on the track list on YouTube, but it's supposed to be three.
Is it three-faced? Let me see. Let's get this right here.
Yeah, these guys can't copy paste here. Yeah, it's three-faced.
Three-faced. Okay. When I first saw it, I thought it said three-faced king, and I thought that was a cool title. And then I just saw tree, and I'm like, what happened? The song title was cooler like 5 hours ago.
All right, you guys ready to go into the
Three-faced
cool
king of Dominion 1. He does not have
His
a
bark
tree
is
face,
worse
he
than
has
his bite.
three-face. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna make like a tree and leave. We'll be right back.
Deep Malice, adorn fruit of the old empire. Soon, as midnight's dusky hour dawns, and senseless the wanderer rests in silence. This is the tree of paradise, where you shall fall again. I am the three-faced king of the first dominion, the watcher in the twilight, the keeper of the chasm. Friendly, it is to sleep in silence whisper, and leave unworship the throne supreme. We are the anointed rulers of the old side, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end.
Alright, we're back from the three-faced tree king. And
Well, he did say something about the tree of paradise in the song.
yeah, then
There
the
you
next
go.
line was, I am the three-faced king of the first dominion. So we get both. I can see why Argos Extreme Metal got confused.
So
At first, go ahead, Fredward.
I was gonna say so.
Fredward.
Fred the word.
Random little fact on
Fred, what's the word?
that track. The CD lists two different titles for it. the three-faced king of Dominion 1 and the three-faced king of the First Dominion. And I don't know which one it's supposed to be. I guess whichever one he says in the song.
Dominion 1 sounds too sci-fi.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
like a
agree.
spacecraft.
How does he say it in the song? I am the three-faced king of the First Dominion. So I'm guessing that's what the song should be.
Yeah, somebody done goofed. That first riff reminded me of Sogna Metal.
Yeah, that's totally a
Did
Windy
you
riff.
hear that keyboard in the back? It's going like ding 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 ding. That's what that Valfar guy used to do all the time, whether it was on guitar or on his instrument, whatever it is. Sogna. What does that mean, Sogna Metal?
I don't know.
Does anybody know?
Never looked it up.
I don't know what it means, but I know Vindir, that's what he considered his band to be, Sogna. Sogna.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means, though. And I don't know what constitutes that genre tag.
I'm gonna try and look it up because I'm curious.
You know, I've
Fuck it.
heard you say the term Sogna Metal before, too. I assume people who use the term Sogna Metal know what it means. But apparently that's not the case. I'm learning right now. That's not the case.
Fucking
I've
poser for-
only ever used it to reference Windeer. So I mean,
There's
I
no
know
other
it.
band you can reference.
Well, apparently Raventhrone.
Oh, yeah. Maybe is Raventhrone Sogna Metal? Like,
That
accidentally?
the beginning of that track definitely sounds like it could be.
Bands aren't that far off. Vindir's first is in 97. This one's in 98. They're, you know, they probably stumbled upon the same thing as, well, I mean, shit. Maybe Viking metal or Viking black or Viking heavy metal. Maybe that's just fucking
Black folk.
inevitable.
Yeah.
Maybe black folk. Maybe it's just inevitable. Because, I mean, you even had that band Faithful Breath. You know who those guys are? It was the Germans who played thrash later on in Risk. That's
Not
kinda
the
weird, isn't it?
Germans.
Yeah. You know.
We will ask the questions.
You know those guys Risk? They had that singles called Rat Man.
No.
You don't know them? Yeah, it was weird. They played they were around in the 70s playing prog rock, and then the 80s came around, or 1988, and then they started to play thrash. Like they just went from prog to thrash. Either way, you'll see their band Faithful Breath, and
that was a risk.
I know. Where did they start doing that shit? On Rock Lions? Pretty early on. Let's see. Back on. No, that's still prog rock. I would say Rock Lions is like the first album, 1981, where they're Viking rock. And then they have an album in 1985 called Skull, and it's their main guy just kind of sitting on the throne with his Viking horn and his horns helmet, and he looks. It's like a proto to Enslaved's Eld. You see what I'm talking about? Or am I gonna have to send you a pic here?
Yeah, send a pic.
I'll send you guys a pic. Look, this is proto Eld, Fred.
Proto-Eld.
Yeah, 1985. Look at that shit.
So this asshole just sent me a fucking picture.
This asshole just sent me a picture. This fucking dick face sent me a reel.
Wait, am I
Not funny, Gabe.
not muted?
I hate that his helmet has horns.
His helmet's horns. Yeah, it's like the same. It's made of the same material. Plastic.
It definitely looks like plastic.
All right, so what the fuck was he talking about? Sogna Metal.
Yeah, the first part of the song.
Oh yeah, and then you have like King kind of like knighting you, and he goes, "Oh."
Oh yeah, and that like uber commanding voice.
Yeah.
Then the Snape part.
They have a Snape part, and then they go, "Oh." It's like a song of despair. What did that lyric say? They're going on a quest or something, but they don't want to.
Oh yeah, gather in vain, start their dreaded quest.
Yeah, this is kind of a commanding, sorrowful song. Not sorrowful, but just like it's a bummer. It's a bummer, but like they make it upbeat. That's a great idea too. The theme is a bummer, and like
And
the
this
vibe
is the first song where it got fast too.
yeah, kind of. How fast did it get? Did it just kind of go Motorhead speed?
It was like doing some kind of thrash beat.
It was dude. Honestly, it's like slower than Motorhead. I'm listening back. Yeah, it's not too fast. It got slightly upbeat, but yeah, in a way that's dreaded. They don't.
It went none more fast.
Yeah, but this song's kind of cool. It sort of does something that wasn't present on the previous tracks, where you have this like kind of cool tremolo thing.
Yeah.
That's not quite black metal, and it's not quite. It's not quite anything. It's kind of just a tremoloed melody, and then they sort of they kind of compact everything else that was in the album before it, and just give you a quick little 3-minute ditty, and that works for me.
Yeah.
I like how all these songs are not that long. It's they probably could have if they wanted to, but why not just keep it concise and keep it fun?
Yeah,
I kind of
Navi didn't draw them out.
Totally different. I expected something more arty. Honestly, I expected something more dark wave when we initially got the word about this.
Again, this is true metal.
Yeah, surprisingly true metal. This song is actually pretty excellent.
Surprisingly good pick from Fred.
Yeah, that's true. Pretty good. I'll definitely pick up this album, and I'll definitely listen to it multiple times.
Dan, what's your rating?
That dude, I was thinking about that earlier today. I was actually thinking about a rating, and it's a good question. I'm gonna give this album. I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
That's good.
Which is good.
And I'll say some final words about it. I do like the variety on this album. It's like I think the closest songs are like 1 and 2, but the second song definitely outshines it. And then from there, it just kind of expands more and more in places where you think it wouldn't go. That instrumental in the middle really breaks it up so it can, kind of just ride home really, really quickly on that second half. And just reading the lyrics along with all the different vocal styles gives it a whole other dimension to it too. Like in Raventhrone, it's like basically just a sing-along. And then here when you're being knighted by the Snape voice, it's like feels very regal and medieval, like you're I don't know, but I think that the variety on here is its biggest asset, because
We love a big ass set.
because even though they're doing like extremely different things, they also do some of the other things well enough and in a more different way, so it's not like you're just hearing the same backup riff over different songs. They're actually doing other things with those types of styles of riffs, and the melodies just don't get old, the keys don't get old, vocals are perfect. Drumming does sound a little stagnant, but it's just doing what it needs to do, which is good. There's some flourishes that it does sometimes too, while it's like going into like a transition, which is good. But I think I have to rate this album probably honestly an 8. It's really good. From
you're close to me, 7.5.
Yeah, I think it's an 8 just because it's like, I don't know, Dan and I liked a lot of like folk metal, and it just kind of brought that back.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like not in a way that's like they're bringing up these like folk instruments and stuff. They're just kind of playing with these keys and synths in a medieval way.
Real ones like folk metal.
Yeah. So I think it's an 8. It's good. Like, I think just just with that second song, it's like already past 5. You know, on the
Nice.
scale.
This album does the thing, and he does the other thing.
It tickles all the right spots.
So Fred,
I mean, I love this album. I've loved it for a long time, so I would probably give it like an 8.59. Just,
Whoa,
and I think that's mostly reflective of the nostalgia too.
Fred, you're getting into like Athia Flame territory with that rating, yo.
Oh, you know.
Fred, then why'd it take 97 episodes to get to this one, huh?
Fred, you're getting into like Dismember Autopsy territory here, yo, and with a 9 rating, yo.
Yeah,
I don't
really
know
like it.
that I could bring myself to give a folk metal album like higher than a 7.5. I think that's like the highest that genre can go for me.
No, because this one is it's different. Like this,
It's better.
yeah, it brings you places, man.
Yeah, I'm not giving a Corporate Lonnie or a fucking Encifrum like
Nine,
nines
hey.
and shit. But
Yeah, those albums would probably get like a 6.5 for me.
yeah, but this one's 8. I don't know. There's just something unique about it that's like power metal and folk metal, and then like teetering the line between like black metal and melodic death metal with those leads and stuff. It's really good. And that second song is probably like it's just up there with like one of those like beer drinking chanty songs that you sing with the homies.
We
like-
sing Throssenblatt. The homies
It's up
sing
there.
Throssenblatt.
It's up there with like Blind Guardian.
Well, I've seen
Yeah.
this continent's oceans and all of its creatures and motions. Right?
Yeah.
What was that song from Blind Guardian?
The Bard
The
song.
bards and their songs. Hours have gone by. I close my eyes.
Yeah, we gotta add this to the playlist. Epic
The
songs
world
to drink
far
to.
away. Yeah, epic songs to drink to, yo.
But Fred, you said 8.9, nostalgia.
Yeah, I mean, this is an album that goes way back for me, right? So, like, this is one of the... When I started getting into black metal, this is a very early album I heard, and it just, like, struck me the right way, too. So, it's hard to get over that nostalgia feeling on it. But it's legitimately a great album. Like, it's... The vocals are fantastic, the keys are great, there's some good riffs in there, too. It's a classic. I wish we'd listened to Malice Garden as well. That's such a good track, but we had 3 and we're pretty happy with that. But
Yeah, we don't want a Gryffindor St. Narda situation where we keep listening and hate it. No,
out of
these songs are
curiosity,
good though.
did either of you listen to the second album?
No, it looks a
No.
little newish.
When it came out,
Yeah,
I
it
was
looks newish.
apprehensive, and like 20 years later, I still haven't actually listened to it.
Do you have a copy?
No.
Oh, okay.
Dude, who's Steve DiGiorgio? Something came up about like being a bass player or something.
He is in Death.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think later death though, right?
I have no idea.
I believe so.
Like Sounds era, I think. Didn't he RIP?
No, this video came out 3 days ago. It's like him talking about playing bass.
Hmm.
It just popped up on my homepage. I have no idea.
From Beyond the Grave.
Yeah, 3 days ago.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
the other guy, Scott, that died.
There you go, Steve DiGiorgio. He was in Death for Human Individual Thought Patterns, Symbolic.
Is that all he did?
I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty good. I expected somebody like that to be in more shit, though.
He played in Obscura Live.
Oh no, I mean that's all he did for Death.
Oh, I meant like... Oh, okay. I just meant like...
No,
what he did,
he's on
like,
he's on tons of shit.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. That's
Testament.
what I meant when that's it. That's it?
No, that's it for Death.
Okay. All right, we signed off already, right?
No.
Everybody.
All right, guys. We'll be back a couple more episodes, and then we're gonna.
Then we're gonna leave you. Don't cry. Don't jerk off.
Yeah, make sure you hit the bell on our channel. We'll be back in when we're ready.
And don't forget to leave me lots of messages.
Yep.
Yes.
Comment and blow up Dan's phone.
Right. Text me. Go ahead.
Bye-bye.
Blow up my phone.
Bye.